Okay, everyone, this is my first attempt at a live broadcast. I don't think there's anybody watching right now, so I'm just going to hang on and hopefully we'll get a couple. I'll post the link to join in the YouTube. Come and enjoy me. I could be wrong, mate. Come and have a chat. I've never done this before, so anybody, please come and join me. We do need to start talking. Anybody wants to join, it's free. You don't have to pay anything. You just come in and you get to say your thing. I'm not going to disturb you. I want to hear what you've got to say. I want to hear what everybody's got to say. There's nobody I'm not willing to listen to. And thanks for the good wish. Thanks for the good luck wish, buddy. Invite anybody you can. If you can get hold of Mark, Shield Destroyer, or G, or any of the boys, anybody wants to come in, come and help her out. See if we can make this a regular thing. Do it every night if you want. Because, well, things are happening and things are not happening for us. Yeah, there are people waking up, but is there enough to wake up? We've got to stand up, I think. Waking up isn't good enough anymore because the people that haven't woken up already by now are going to be a big problem for us. They've been asleep, and there's people like me, people like Mark, people like Anne-Marie Carey on YouTube, and like Michael Berniker on Facebook, trying to expose the people that are leading people down a garden path, like Mark Steele. What a wanker, absolute shill fuckbag. People are still posting his crap. People are still following his cue. You need the fucking Q-tip. Clean your ears out and listen to what he's saying. He's just feeding you bullshit. And Trump, well, the less said about that fuckbag, the better. But he needs to be spoken about now. He's not our friend. He's not our friend in any way. And all of this crap about taking down child traffickers and all, they're playing on your heartstrings. It's all about the children. It's all about the pensioners. They use the pensioners and the children all the time to play on our heartstrings. But we're being distracted because I've said it before on a couple of the chats. Between the Vatican and the Crown, all paedophile roads lead to them. Now, that's a great thing. You'll say, yeah, of course, yeah, let's go and hang Lizzie. Let's kick fuck out of Andrew. That's not the point. It's the institutions that these represent. Those institutions give us our human rights. They don't give us our human rights, but they uphold them. Because the human rights we have are based on the Bible, on the Ten Commandments. And the foundation of that, as we know it in Christianity, is the Vatican. And they uphold us, as we are in the paradigm we live in, is that the Crown, under the coronation oath, as you'll hear Lizzie saying, is sworn to uphold God's law and human rights, which is where it comes from. All of our rights are derived from the Bible, from the Ten Commandments. So if you take out those institutions, which is where it's going, it's not about grabbing Andrew. He's wound up on a beach somewhere with Epstein, because he's not dead. Neither is Leon Britt. Neither is the fat bastard child molester, Cyril Smith or whatever his name was. They're not dead. And you've got to be an absolute mug to believe it. They've just been removed from the public eye. Same as the Queen right now. Where's she? She could be dead for all you know. How do you know Dracula features is not dead? You know, what was all that crap about crashing into a car and it was a kid? And that kid's lucky he never hit it. So it's time people really started waking up and realised that if you see anything in mainstream media, it's because they want you to have that in your head. They want that in your head, because then, like Trump now, acting all of the benevolent, I'm going to do this and I'm going to save this and I'm going to save that. Well, why isn't he? Where are these arrests? Where are they? Where are these people getting arrested? Why aren't we seeing it? Yeah, I've got a piece of tape over my camera, mate. I'm not facilitating their bollocks. They can recognise my voice, but they won't recognise my face until I'm fucking putting it in theirs. Like I said, they've got houses too, and I won't be waiting for them to come to my house. I'll be going to theirs, and believe me, I know where a good few hundred of them live. I know where the kids go to school and what buses they get on, because I've spent the last 30 years trying to wake people up, and people weren't waking up. So now, 10 years ago, I started making a contingency. They know where I am. I know where they are. Simple as that. And, you know, when you're backed into a corner, as they say, and you've got nothing to lose, what have we got to lose? What have we got to lose by going to their houses? Every copper has got an address. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I've got nothing against policemen. I mean, 15 years ago, I had 4 policemen that I would play football with religiously on a Sunday. That they were my best mates. I went to their wedding, they came to mine. These are good people. They just don't know how they're being fooled. It's not about them. But if they want to make it about them, if they want to ignore us and forsake everything that they swore to uphold, then we can make it about them. Like I said, when the little rats run off to the dumbs and bury themselves underground, we don't have to dig them out. We can dig them in. There's always a contingency. Whatever they do, we can do something else. We can't just do what they've made contingency for and start showing up on streets in our thousands so they can send in water cannons and whatever. Because what's the point in that? Like I said, they've got houses. Make it personal for them. You've made it very personal for us. So, if we could get anybody else in, we can have a good chat. Hopefully. Like I said, this is my first attempt. And I could be wrong. You're my very first viewer. Well done, buddy. Come and enjoy me, mate. Have a little natter. Tell us your thoughts. Share it on your Facebook. Get people in. Get anybody you care about. Come and have a look. Come and have a listen. Come and ask questions. What do we think? We could be wrong. It's unlikely. We've been watching for too long. I haven't looked at a television in years, apart from to go and see what they're chatting about. And a newspaper, I wouldn't even wipe my ass with it. It's not worth my hoop. My hoop is better than that newspaper. So I think we've got 2 viewers now, but I don't know who they are. If anybody, come on, people, open your mouths. Not just waking up, it's standing up. Turn up to the opening of an envelope. I would too if there was a brandy in it, mate. And that's only lately. I haven't drank for years, but since they started, I can't stop. Oh, my head's twatted with it. It's not with this. I see right through it. It's the people. I see people every day in masks, little monkeys walking around in masks. I see this Black Lives Matter, this Antifa. It's all part of the same. It's all just flip sides of the same coin. We know that. Those of us that are aware, I don't like to say awake, because they've already jumped on that woke bandwagon, haven't they? Well, woke, you're not woke. You're listening to Q, you snoozing little twat. No, and they're thinking that they've got a clue what's going on because they've been enamored. Again, like I said, they're playing on people's heartstrings and they're showing them stuff that is very real. These bastards are torturing children and extracting adrenochrome from them. And all of these, this is the ones we really need to find now are these fact checkers. See, these fact checkers, they don't realise they're about to die. One way or another, they're about to die. Even if we win, they're going to fucking die if I've got anything to do with it. Because they're just trying to facilitate this shit. No. We can't have that. You've got to decide. Are you them or are you us? Because they don't think you're them. Guarantee. You're just a minion. You're nothing. So what are we going to do, folks? We're going to stand up, just going to wake up or think we're woken up, or actually get off our asses and do something. Now, I've tried. I mean, we had a protest here in Liverpool last week, and I don't know if anybody knows the CV19 Facts Not Fear leaflet campaign on Facebook. Please join us. We've put our own money into it. We've got leaflets everywhere. I think there's over 100,000 leaflets been distributed around Britain up to now. I distributed 1,000 myself at the protest in Liverpool, not to the people that are at the protest, but to anybody that was passing by and was stopping to have a look and wondering what's going on. Spoke to them, showed them it. There's nothing on the leaflets that is a conspiracy theory or conjecture. The only thing on these leaflets is what they told us, the facts, and a couple of opinions. Like, Ferguson is called the master of disaster by his own colleagues because he's never got anything right in his life. Boris Johnson has never done a job in his life. He's fucked every job he's ever had up. And the fact that he grew up going to a kibbutz with his little sister, it tells you where his allegiance is like. The fact that our parliament is overrun absolutely infested with friends of Israel, should tell us what is doing this. This is rabid Zionism. We are being. They wrote it down. It's all in writing. They've told us they're going to kill Christianity. It's all there. They told us how they're going to wipe out the white race in Europe through the Kuhnhof-Kalergi plan. It's all there. You go back and read the minutes of the First Zionist Council, and you can see exactly what's going on. Progressive through the age. Since then, we had the Oxford Free Press all of a sudden opens up its very first office outside of anywhere in New York, and it prints the Schofield Bible. And basically what the Schofield Bible does is it removes the word Jesus and it replaces it with Israel. And now, 100 years later, we've got a load of rabid individuals praising Israel under the guise of Christianity in America, in a Bible Belt. Israel is a creation of British aristocracy, and British aristocracy was never British. It's never been British in its life. Right. My pal and I went into M&D food today, maskless. It went okay. Other shoppers in masks seemed kind of lost though. Not really wherever the shoppers though. Yeah, yeah, you're right, mate. I just ignore them. I just walk in and I'm dying for somebody to say something to me. But the one supermarket that's close to me, nobody seems to be wearing masks. Well, you get the odd one, but then there's another one a couple of miles further up. And it seems like everybody's wearing them. And it's just, it's 2 miles apart. There's a major difference in the people in one part of the city and another part of the city. And it seems to me that the more affluent the people are, the more likely they are to be listening to the television, watching Loose Women and listening to that absolute crap that they chat. Yeah, we've done leaflets, mate. If you go to the CV19 Facts Not Fear leaflet campaign on Facebook, it's run by Anne-Marie Carey, and she is an absolutely amazing researcher. I follow every word she says because this woman is so deep. And she exposed Mark Steele, and I mean, she exposed him with Horizon 2020's own paperwork showing that he was going through an interview process to get the job that he's trying to do now, fooling people about 5G and lampposts in Gateshead when there's not, and it's been proven beyond a doubt. I mean, even the people that test for this stuff offered to come to Gateshead, and I can't remember the name of them right now, and confirm it for him, and he called them charlatans. Go and have a look at Anne-Marie Carey's work. She's got a channel called Annie Logical. I'll see if I can get it up. I'm only using my phone, so I'm not great at this. I've never done this before. My laptop took the knock on me a couple of weeks ago, and I need to replace it. But that's going to take, well, another week or so. But I'll see if I can find a link for Annie's channel here. It's bookmarks, and I'll post it for you. You can have a look at her channel. Look at the Facts and Fear campaign. And you'll see these people for who they are. And it's not just him she's exposed. She's exposed so many lies and illogical thinking and illogical chat and rhetoric from so many different angles over the years there. And it all comes together. It's all one big picture. Everything we see, whether it's this Pizzagate and Trump, whether it's flat earth, whether it's what's it, Mandela effect, it's one big picture. There's one big picture. There's a book I keep telling everybody to read. It was written in the 1400s, and you hear it mentioned, or you hear the writer mentioned in politics these days, and it's called Machiavellian, because the book he wrote is called The Prince. And if you read that book, if everybody read that book, you'd realise that all these other books, all these self-help books and how to win friends and influence people. They're all just this book rewritten into modern terms. It's all about how to control a people, how to subvert their thinking, Tavistock basically, and how to rule a people without them knowing that they're being ruled, and how to manipulate them without them understanding that they're being manipulated. It's the only book anybody really needs to read. Let me just have a little to me bookmarks here. There we go. Analogical Uncensored, the video, the site's called. Village.org. I'll post it for you now. If you go to her site, see Mark Steele's name in the search. She's got a little search bar there, and you'll find everything she's written about him. I think she wrote something about him today as well. I've got it open on another. I sound like Rooney, don't I? I've got it open on another tab, but I'm gonna have to find my way back to the StreamYard now, and I'll post this in if I can. I'll post this in. I'll post the chat in the Facebook, in the YouTube one. Can I do that? Paste. There's Annie's channel. There's another one called Michael of Bernicer, or the Bernican. Have a listen to him. The man is so clued up about law, constitutional rights, and every right. The man is seriously clued up, and he's a very, very, very good writer. For a Geordie, gotta give him that. So I think he's got a YouTube channel as well. So if you have a look at them, you'll find some great information from these people. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, mate. There's only 2 people watching apparently, so it doesn't really matter how well I do unless it goes viral, does it? I mean, what do we see here? What is everybody seeing here? I mean, I can't get my head around it. How I and so many more like me and yourself can just see through what they're doing. And then there's just so many more that can't, that they're not interested in looking. Even when you show them to the faces the actual word of the NHS and the WHO and stuff like that, they go, but that's just a conspiracy theory. You know, hang on a minute, that's the WHO's own publication. And it tells you don't have to wear a mask, and masks won't do you no good. You know, you just shrug the shoulders because the telly said. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know how to get through to people. I think I come across too aggressive sometimes, because once I'm challenged, I get kind of het up. People are with no knowledge whatsoever are trying to tell me that I'm wrong about things I've been looking at for 30 years. And I'm talking about before the internet ever came around. I'm talking about the very beginning. I'm talking before all of this happened, before the electronically linked us all together so we were a hive. I'm talking about books. Remember them? God, I used to love reading them. So, like I said, you read the minutes, you go back to 1889, I think it was, the Fair Signers Council, or 87. A couple of years later, the Oxford Press, 1907. Progress from there, you get the First World War, the Balfour Declaration, where Jews got permission. They only got permission to go and create a homeland in Palestine. Do you know what, mate? I think I've posted it in the general chat. I'm going to have to flip to the desktop site, I think, to get into the actual YouTube chat. Let's see. I'll post it in here now. I've got it. Okay, there you go. It's in there. There you go. There's that one. I'll get you if you're on Facebook, I'll go and show you the Bernican, or Michael Bernica. You can look at he's got a site called the Bernican. There's the Bernican. This is his Facebook site. Yeah. This is the Bernican's Facebook site, which links you through to his website, and then I'll get you his personal Facebook page, because he's not averse to accepting you as a friend, and he accepts anybody. He's a good man. And absolutely brilliant at what he does. He released a video today. The answer to COVID 1984 is Magna Carta 2020. He's trying to have the Magna Carta updated for the modern day. His information is invaluable. It's absolutely invaluable to anybody that really wants to wake up. Anybody that doubts that we have any kind of remedy. This man will show you the remedy. And there's his what have I done? I think I just hit the chat instead of posting his link. Did that ping? Did that post? I can't even expand it on this phone for some reason. It's being go away. Whoa. That's a mute though. Right, there's that one. So, how many people have we got here now? Just still the two? Let me go back, because it doesn't seem worth doing, really. No worries, mate. Any chance, anytime you want, anything, any help I can give to anybody that's willing to listen, I'll go out of my way to do it. I'll bring it to your door, and I don't care where you live if I can't post it to you. I don't care what I've got to do. Like I said, we've got nothing to lose. Doesn't matter what I do when you've got nothing to lose. I'm a man on death row as far as I'm concerned, and we all are. 6 months most, and I think by next month we're going to see some real serious heavy changes. It just all fits in with everything that I'm hearing. Like I said, I got a message on Facebook, couldn't confirm it. I was told where it came from, read it, and I thought, right, that fits in with that and that. With Bill Gates and the second wave will get their attention. And you look at the lockstep document on the Rockefeller Foundation website, read the lockstep part. They kind of make a hypothetical scenario of a virus expanding around the world, and that people didn't take it serious. And so then around the 17th to the 23rd, I think it says, of September, a more virulent strain was released with a 30% death rate. This is just in their hypothetical situation. So it's all there. You've got to read between the lines, and people read things like, just take it as the hypothetical thing that it looks like. There's nothing hypothetical about it. When you listen to Bill Gates and then you see things like this and you see what's going on, there's nothing hypothetical about it. I've been trying to tell people for decades now, you're going to wake up one morning with the army on your streets and they're going to be forced vaccinating you. And I told them 2 years ago, 3 years ago on my Facebook page, when all I could hear everywhere I looked, even though I avoid the media like a plague, was mental health. And I thought to myself, what is this all about? And it dawned on me, they're going to try and force vaccinate people. And if you object to it, I was thinking it was like more like mothers at schools that they'd start telling mothers that wouldn't allow the kids to get vaccinated that they had mental health issues. But it's not. It's about all of us. If we even, it doesn't matter how politely you do it, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I can see now, that you can just decline their service under law. They have no right to inject you. Well, now they've written that they can use reasonable force if you refuse to be tested. Apparently dragging people out of cars in Australia, smashing windows and dragging them out of houses. And, we can say that's what we're hearing. But there's people, if you have a look on the 99% of the World Unite site, you'll see all kinds of people in Victoria telling you exactly the same. They opened up a disabled parking badge to site conditions last autumn to drag more in. 21/9 is International Day of Peace, or something like that. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that, mate. I don't really take much notice of these days. Normally when they post this day, International Women's Day and all that, where's International Men's Day? In fact, there's another one for you. Where's the English Parliament? We've got a Scottish Parliament, a British Parliament, a Scottish Parliament, an Irish Parliament, a Welsh Parliament, but I don't see an English one. There's so many things that we should be questioning, and we take things for granted. You think about the likes of Witherspoons. Now, Witherspoons for me is a material psyop, because you go into a Witherspoons and you'll find there's no music, there's nothing playing. You've got the telly set on BBC News and it's muted. So you get and then they open it up at breakfast for 7 o'clock for these people that like a hydraulic sandwich for breakfast. And they'll sit there staring at that. And they'll read it, they'll take it in, they'll read it over and over and over again in the couple of hours they're in there, and then they'll go out to a pub and start repeating it to other people that hadn't seen it. And so whatever it's saying on that news is getting spread between people. Yeah, definitely. Well, if you look at Witherspoons as well, most of the Witherspoons are in listed buildings that are worth a lot of money, that won't get destroyed, won't get, and that guy, I can't remember his name. He's a friend of David Cameron's, and it was Cameron that opened the door for him to open up Witherspoons. But he's a proven nonce. He's a proven nonce. Why are all these people proven paedophiles? All of these faces that we see, why are we seeing things like I Paedophile on Amazon and Cuties on Netflix? They're subverting our natural nature, just our nature. Our instincts have been subverted for God knows how long. You think about back in the day, before the police force, we had a way of policing, and it was called the hue and cry. And if you were in a market and somebody stole your apple, and you go after them, you cry, and the hue goes after them, and that was a hue and cry. But then we got the police force, and now the police will go and catch him. You won't get your apple back, but they'll take money off him for stealing from you, and you get nothing. Because now it's all geared towards the system. That the people are getting shit on. If a person gets beat up, he's got no right to go and find the fucker that beat him up. You've got to go and get them to do it for you. And what do? They take money off him, put him in jail, make him work for free. Because the jobs you get in jail are still paid a minimum wage of £7, £8, £9, whatever it is right now an hour. But a person in jail is going to get £1 a day. And they'll say, well, you get the telly for nothing. Well, they don't. You have to pay 50p a week for the telly license. They don't get nothing for free. You don't get nothing for free in jail. And the medical care, you don't even get You go and get your tooth out and see if you're going to get, see if they're going to numb you first. And you tell me that people think that they're getting anything for free. They're not. They're not getting nothing. Those people in jail, those people down here, those people on the streets that these police look at as criminals. And they don't even consider for a moment that the people down here have got nothing. How can they be criminals when they've got nothing? You're actually working for the criminals. And all the police now are a corporation. They're all where, you know, even in Somerset, police is owned by IBM since I think 2006. And I think in the first year they made something like 480 million in profit. How the fuck does that happen? How can a police force make a profit like that? I don't even know how you could deregister with the NHS. I deregistered my birth certificate with the common law courts. I don't know what good that's going to do either. All I know, mate, is that I'm a free man, and if any fucker tries to get in my way, then they're going to have to fight with their life, and they're going to have to be willing to use their life to take my rights away. Like I said, I'm on death row. I've got nothing to lose. If my life's already over, what's the point? You know, these people don't realise how deep this goes and what they're going to get themselves into. Because once they've come and locked everybody in their houses and everybody's been injected, there's a video, I mentioned it on the Hangout yesterday, called Shadowgate. And I think it's a psyop as well. I mean, Millennial Millie used to work for, what do you call him, Fat Boy, Jones, Alex Jones. She used to work for them, InfoWars. And she's made this documentary. And the story goes that she was having trouble trying to upload it. And while she was uploading it, she got arrested. The police came to her door and nicked her. But somebody, one of her colleagues, got it out on the internet anyway. Now, it was removed from YouTube almost the moment that it landed there. But it's on BitChute. And you can listen to it. It tells you about how the spy networks are working and how they're all blackmailing each other. Pelosi's blackmailing everybody. But the last 5 minutes of that video is really worth a watch for every police officer and soldier on this planet, because it shows you the patterns, it shows you the plan for mechanized policing, basically. Artificial intelligence, robots. People are like, oh yeah, the robots are coming. Yeah. Tell us about the rabbits, George, as well. You know, these people need to wake up. If the police, if every police officer in the world just watched the last 3 minutes of Shadowgate, 3 or 4 minutes, the ones among them that can think for themselves would be able to wake the rest of them up. And the squaddies would turn their weapons around and point them at the people giving them orders. Because I've got one thing to say to squaddies and police officers, and it's the Nuremberg trials. Because not one single person that gave an order in the Nuremberg trials was executed. Everybody that was executed was somebody that followed orders. Now, you can take your execution from them, or you can take them from us. But one way or another, it's coming. And it doesn't matter the costume you've got on. In fact, that makes it worse. So get your costumes off. Realise that your mother lives in our streets. You squaddies, your ma lives in our streets, and you've got kids that get in the same buses with our kids. You go to the same schools as our kids, and you need to wake up. Now, I was hoping I could probably get a few people in here. I did send out a couple of messages to, or left a few comments. I've got no email from Mark, Show Destroyer. I hope that he could get in and maybe help us out. But I'll do it again. I'm going to do it again tomorrow. I'm going to do it every night, 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'm going to do this. And hopefully we can wake some people up. I've got to say, I'm kind of lucky because I'm with my family and my friends around me. Not one of them is wearing a mask. I don't know whether they just don't want to be ridiculed by me or not, but it's not like that. They understand. They don't quite grasp the gravity of what's going on, but they do understand that I'm right. Right, okay. I'll have a look at his descriptions. Do you know what? I should have done that. I should have done that. I'm getting kind of lax with me digging lately because, like I say, once you've seen it all, it just becomes a big picture, and it's like you've got all the straight edge pieces around the edge, and you've got most of the pieces in the middle, and there's a few pieces that are missing, and every now and again you'll hear something, you go, that's where that fits, and you don't bother looking because it fits. So I do need to do a bit more. I do need to do a bit more. I kind of stopped doing it since March, I suppose. Really digging into following the money and following the trails. I've been more inclined to follow the people that I trust, and I've gained my trust over the years that I've known them. As I said, like Annie Logical, like Michael Abernica, they're just two. There's so many out there that people are following that I just don't believe. They'll tell us so much and then lead us down a garden path to lizard people and things like that. They'll give us so much real information, and then they'll give us false information. And we've got a group ourselves called Standing Up to Global Tyranny on Facebook. It's Kath Holdsworth. I'm an admin on that site as well, so you come and join us on there. You'll get information on there. We don't. Maybe schedule something for tomorrow afternoon. I know. Do you know what, mate? It was off the cuff. I was sitting here and getting frustrated at the things I was reading and reflecting back on the chat that I had with Mark and everybody else on the 8-day chat. And I thought, I want to do this. I want to do this live thing. And you know what? This has been an experience, mate. And thank you very much for helping me out, because now I've got a bit more idea of what I'm doing. I haven't got the equipment to do it properly, so I'm going to have to get my laptop, get that set up, get my phone set up, and I can stream things through my TV as well. So I can have 3 little setups here, and then I can start sharing links and maybe clips on screen, share the screen. I'm not too sure how that works, if we can do that on here, if we can share our screen. I know we can do it through Google Hangouts, but I don't like them. They don't like me. And I've got a load of friends in the States as well that would probably, this would be a bit too early for them. I lived over there for years. So, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, we know it works. We know it works. I actually went and got off a friend. A friend gave them to me, actually. I just happened to mention I need a good headset that goes on my phone. And he went, I've got a couple of these. And he handed me them, called AKG. And apparently they're 150 quid just for a little piece of wired headset. This is why the sound works. I think the sound's okay. Everything okay with the sound? Yeah, I think he said before it was. Yeah. Well, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this, and hopefully anybody that watches it after the fact, anybody that's subscribed, I'm going to do it again tomorrow. I'm going to do it. Well, give me tips. Tell me what time's best for you. Go a notch higher. Okay, let's see how I do that. Settings, audio. I'm not too sure. It's only when I'm speaking. What have I? Oh, that's quite close to my face as well. I don't know if I can do anything about that. Maybe if I put it through the laptop, when I get the laptop, it might improve it. There might be a way of improving it if I get some audio equipment as well. Yeah, there I am with me Rooney again. Yeah, I'll have a little look into that as well, mate. See what. But I'm not doing anything. I'm self-employed. I'm a joiner, so it doesn't matter where I am. If I'm on top of a roof, I can still do a live cast. Nobody tells me what to do, so I do what I want, basically. And within reason, I don't do anything that harms or hinders anybody else. I've got my law: cause no shit, take no shit. That's the end of it. So I'm going to cut this one off. It's been 45 minutes and it's been great having you there, mate, and having a little chat with you. And hopefully, anybody that watches it, I'll set up another one for tomorrow. And if anybody, see what the likes are like. And if anybody wants to tell me, well, maybe knock it on till 8 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whatever suits them, I'll have a little look. It did whiz by. Just a little chat on it. I'll get back to me brandy now. Maybe join someone else's chat and a little bit if anybody sets one up. I'll be looking. Because this is what we need to do now. Like I said, the time for waking up's gone. Waking up is gone. We've got to stand up now. We've got to start standing up. But thank you very much for sitting in with me, mate. It's very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. And we'll speak again soon, hopefully. Speak tomorrow, maybe. So, goodbye and good night to everybody. Good luck. And the best of luck for you and your family and everywhere. Doesn't matter what race, colour, creed. It's us and them. Us and them. And that's all we need to remember. It's the only thing we need to remember. Us and them. So goodbye and good night, everyone. And good night to, I could be wrong and I could be right. See you later, buddy. Bye-bye.